Hey guys, happy Monday. Today is November 2nd, 2020. Today we are continuing our Unit 3 multiplication. In your notes, I want you to write the above title that is underlined, multiplying 4-digit by 1-digit numbers using the standard algorithm and area models. So pause the video here and make sure you have that written at the head of a new clean page. Today, students will be practicing using the standard algorithm and area models to solve for the product of multiplication equations. Okay, so here I just want you to watch and pay attention. This is kind of a review of what we were practicing last week. I introduced the standard algorithm using some word problems, and here is just an example. So again, just put your pencils down and listen and watch and pay attention. So Finley bought 6 computers for $214 each. How much money did Finley spend to buy all of the computers? So here you have 6 computers, and each of them is $214. Which you can do that repeated addition, which is fine, but it is quicker and easier if we do the standard algorithm of multiplication. So what I would do is I would write 214 by 6, and that is money. And with the standard algorithm, remember we go up, then we go over, and then we go over again. And so first we would begin with 4 times 6, which is 24. And what I noticed is some students were putting their values in the wrong place. Remember, the 4 that is in the ones place goes down below, and you carry the top number, and it's a +2. And then our second step, step 2, is 6 times 1, which is 6, plus 2, which is 8. And so that would go in the tens place. Nothing is regrouped. And then we have 6 times 2, which is 12. So I would put the 2 underneath, and then if I needed to carry the 1, I would, but I don't. So I'm going to drop it down. I'm going to put my comma in and add my $sign. So your answer is going to be $1,284. $1,284. And again, we're just watching those steps. So here's that step 1, 4 times 6, which is your 4. The 2 gets carried up front. It is a +2. And then you have 6 times 1, which is 6, plus 2, which is your 8. And then the last and final step is 6 times 2, which is 12, and that 1 goes in the thousandths place. You would put your comma there and your money sign for your symbols for 1,284. Okay, here we go. Here's what we do. And again, this one is a horizontal equation, and I do not want to do that. But what I want you to watch and see is when we do our multiplication, make sure your digits are still lined up. So we're going to multiply 2,314 times 3. Make sure that you put that in your journals. If you need to pause the video here, you can. I am going to walk through the steps so you can follow along as I go through it. So 4 times 3 is 12. The 2 goes down below, and then it is a +1. Then it is 1 times 3, which is 3, plus 1, which is a 4, down below. Then you have 3 times 3, which is 9. And today we're just adding on that thousandths place, which is 2 times 3, which is 6. We bring down our comma, and that answer is 6,942. If you need to pause the video here and get your work written down, do that for me right now. And here's another one. Go ahead and pause the video here and see if you can do this one on your own, and then come back to me and check your work. Remember, you cannot do your horizontal multiplication. It has to be vertical, so make sure that you do that correctly. Pause the video here. Okay, so you should have a 5 underneath. I'm going to move all of this, and then I'm going to put my multiplication, equal sign. And then remember, ones, tens, hundreds, thousands. So 3 times 5 is 15. I have a +1. And then 5 times 5 is 25, plus 1, which is 6. I carry my 2. Now remember to watch this one. Make sure you did it correct. 5 times 0 is 0, but then it is a plus 2, so you should have a 2 in your hundreds place. And then 5 times 3 again is 15. Make sure you count 1, 2, 3 to put your comma in, and there is your answer, 15,265. All right, here are 3 more that I'd like for you to try. So go ahead and pause the video here and make sure that you write these down. These are taken from the example in your workbook. I think it is page 62. If you want to use your workbook, you are more than welcome to. But it does say things about estimating, and I do not want you practicing estimation now. But what I want you is there are 5 for this how many each. And so it's just multiplication practice. So pause the video here and see if you can do these on your own, and then come back and check your work with me. Okay, so you should have done all 3. And the first one is 1,509 times 5. So 9 times 5 is 45. And your 4 goes up top. 5 times 0 is 0, plus 4. 5 times 5 is 25. And then you have your plus 2 up here. And then 5 times 1 is 5 plus 2, which is 7. And this should be a 5, so I'm going to see if I can erase that a little bit so that, there we go. And then we have our next one is 4,051 times 3. So 3 times 1, 3. 5 times 3, 15. And you carry the 1 up top. 3 times 0 is 0 plus 1. Bring it down. 4 times 3 is 12. I forgot to put my comma here. I'm going to put my comma here. And my last one that you should have is 5 times 7 is 35. Plus 3. 9 times 7 is 63. Plus 3 is 66. And then I'm going to put my 6 up here. And then 8 times 7 is 56. Plus 6 is going to be 62. Your 2 here. And then your 6. And then 7 times 2 is 14. Plus 6 is 20. And you should have 20,265. And check your work. If you need to pause the video here, if you did something wrong, make sure that you go back and fix those. Okay, so your exit ticket is on page 63. It is number 2. Again, X out the boxes that say estimate. We are not going to estimate at all. We are just going to practice the standard algorithm of multiplication to calculate the exact products today. So again, we're just multiplying. There are 9 equations here, and this is your exit ticket. If you do get finished, there is an attachment at the end that has extra practice that you can do if you get time. But your exit ticket, what I'd like for us to do is have time for you to get finished with them and check and make sure that you got them right. And then your independent practice is going to be using the area models to multiply, which is a review. Again, you do have to know how to do the area models. There are just 4 questions with that. So it's 3 and 4 digit by 1 digit area models. There is a quick video and then 4 questions, and that is your independent practice. Before you get to the independent practice, though, make sure that you do your exit ticket or go page 63 and you've checked in with me to make sure that you've done it correctly. All right, guys, and that is it. Again, exit ticket, independent practice, Khan Academy, and then there is an extra practice that is attached onto our Google Classroom. And that is it. And if you need me, remember to check back into our class time, and I'll see you then.